Welcome to a special edition of the 305. And we're going to be talking about money and the opportunity to make money and how that is gradually disappearing. And we're going to focus on crypto. Usually I like to talk about the stock market. Yeah. Usually I like to talk about, how someone might have known those missiles are going to get launched on the 13th and might have shorted the market the day before and made a couple dollars. But I'm sure everything is on the up and up because everything's kumbaya. Today, we will be talking about crypto. And my gentlemen over here are crypto experts who've been on your show many times.
Fresh and Fit. And it's funny because we were at the convention literally a couple of weeks ago, and the urgency was there. Get in crypto now before it's too late. And you guys have led the front charge from the very front. And you said back in the day, Bitcoin would hit 100K, and it did. So 100%, you guys are always right. So, well, we know who you are, but name it not. Who are you?
Oh, yeah. So my name's Charlie. The YouTube channel is Cultivate Crypto. Also co-founder with Miguel for the Crypto Mindset course. So, yeah, we're, what do you call it? I would say the most prolific crypto educators in the space. There's a lot of people back in 2017 when we first got into crypto that I would say...
They're still around?
No, actually, dude, a few of them are starting to go crazy. Like legit
crazy.
Because they had all their opportunity and they wasted it, a lot of them.
Yeah, that's gonna mess with people's heads sometimes. Exactly. It's really gonna mess with people's heads. But let me tell you why I like Charlie and Miguel over here. It has nothing to do with them being on Fresh and Fit all the time. I've known these guys before I had anything to do with Fresh and Fit. When it comes to crypto, because I talk to so many frauds. And there's frauds in all line of work, man. Of course, especially mine. Anyone who's non-GG33. But I talk to all sorts of people all the time. And when it comes to crypto, there's usually two questions I need to ask a crypto expert, so-called crypto expert, before I take him seriously. Number one, are you a millionaire?
Yes.
A lot of these guys will promise to make you millions. They will take you to the promised land. It's going to be the American dream.
To the moon.
Yet they broke themselves. How does that work out? Kind of like an overweight personal trainer. At some point, you're going to be like, well, hold on. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but how the fuck are you going to make me a millionaire if you can't make your fucking self a millionaire? That's number one. If they say yes to that question, I got one more to throw at them. And the second one is, did you make your millions off crypto? Yep. Because there's a lot of people who made millions in the stock market, made millions with bonds, equities, real estate, and they jump in crypto. Oh, you're taking L's.
Yep.
Because even though it's money and there's charts involved and all this other stuff, it's not the same as the stock market.
Correct.
It's not the same. The same codes don't work everywhere. So my question then becomes, did you make your money off crypto? And usually very few people can say yes to both questions. My friends over here can say yes to both questions. So again, I will. you see that cockiness? You see that that reassures people. So to get that level of cockiness, you got to be good at what the fuck you do.
Yep.
So let me ask you guys flat out, so there's no questions. Are you a millionaire?
Absolutely.
Are you a millionaire off crypto?
Yes. That actually was the base that we built it upon.
Yep.
Are you a millionaire?
Yes.
Are you a millionaire off crypto?
Absolutely.
And we're not talking down to you plebs. I'm just showing consistency.
Yep.
Because I would not have them here if they weren't good at what they do. Second, crypto's crashing next year.
Facts.
Yep, that's true.
Absolutely.
Everyone's saying that too.
What? Crypto is crashing next year. Now, so this is how it works. They see things from a technical analysis. I see things from a numerology and astrology perspective. My perspective tells me crypto founded January 3rd, 2009, when Bitcoin was released, not the white papers, but when the actual concept was released. That was a rat year. The last enemy year of the rat was 214 the horse, where Bitcoin, and correct me if I'm wrong, was around 930 and then dropped all the way below 200.
Even maybe below, like 150.
Was that not the biggest drop at that time?
Yes.
It's about a 94% drop, yeah.
Damn.
94% drop happened in crypto's enemy year. Now, in 2020, crypto had a bottom around 4,000, but the rat year started going whoop, and then all of a sudden 2021 hit. Whoop, the rat and the ox are good friends. Whoop, 2022 hit. Not so good.
Yep.
But 2024, the rat's friend in the dragon year, crypto kept going up. Next year, it's over. It is at now. I say 94% is not out the question. I think that could happen. I'm guaranteeing it's going to be 70 to 80.
What year is 26?
Go. We'll get to that. I'm clip farming here, bro. Come on, bro. God damn,
This nigga's so funny, bro.
So here, to get all serious. Next year, it's not going to be possible to make money off crypto because opportunity will not be there. We're in the last wave. If you want to make money off crypto in this last wave, while there's still the opportunity to, you want to go to war with the people who are the best at what they do. And that's these two motherfuckers right here, man. I wouldn't have them here if they weren't that good, man.
Yep.
Quite frankly, they ain't that funny. I know, man. You know what I'm saying? Quite frankly, you know, they got some questionable qualities, but I like these guys. Okay? But what I really like about them is no matter when I call them, it'll be like someone calling me about numerology. These motherfuckers will go into every coin to the detail of this. Shit you don't even think of because you're not in that field.
Right.
They live, breathe. Hell, I don't know what else you guys do, but they do a lot with crypto. So having said that, my audience is now yours. Fresh's audience is now yours. There's little time left. Do you agree to make money off crypto?
Yes, and I can tell you which dates.
Show's yours.
Yeah. So basically, I would tell Fresh this before the stream, and we've talked about it in our courses and stuff like that. There's a lot of nuance to different things, but then the people are like, just what's the answer, right? So global economics wise, plus crypto wise, plus everything put together, global liquidity cycle, all that stuff. Basically, the second half of this year is going to be the most explosive part of crypto that we've had since 2021, right? So the opportunity to make money there is great. It's quick, but it's also, if it's really, really quick, you got to be fucking fast, right? You got to make decisions. You have to know what you're doing, because what we've been telling people going into the year of 25, because the next year that's going to be like crazy great for crypto would be 2029 and 2033. Basically, you know, every 4 years is pretty much the psychology of the market. Of course, that can shift on 4-year cycles and stuff like that from time to time. But generally for crypto, it's been pretty consistent. So if we were to get exactly the same top as we've had the last 3 times, Bitcoin would have a top in mid to late October of this year. Now, global liquidity cycle is good from, it was the end of 22, basically until the end of this year, right? That just means, you know, how much money is out there to be able to be sloshed around in investments and risk assets and stuff like that, money printing included. And so the second half of this year, BlackRock has been basically saying, well, if the world is a little bit volatile, we already did the gold trade the first half of this year. We're going to pivot that to crypto, Bitcoin specifically, for the last part of this year, because everybody in crypto, all these companies, organizations, DAOs, whatever, have been building for this exact moment because the 4-year cycle has been that consistent before. So all the, bullets or chances, opportunities that crypto companies are going to be giving is basically starting this month. We actually have a project that we've been partnered with before that is launching on the 23rd of this month. And it should be an interesting ride to see how that pans out and everything. But everybody in crypto has been preparing for this essentially. And then global liquidity cycles match up, 4-year cycles match up. But I would say if I'm going to put a parameter on the dates, right, I would say anywhere between at earliest at this point, the end of August to the probably sometime in January of next year. That would be my window, with the tighter window probably being Q4 of this year, being the most likely time to take some of the best profits in the market.
Fresh, if you never heard this guy before, he started smart as hell.
Well, that's the only time. You know, when I talk about other stuff, sometimes it changes, you know.
The last time
it's hard to believe he's a tiger.
Yeah, the last thing.
To his credit, he's a 7 Tiger, guys. He's a 7 Tiger.
Right.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, man.
Now, I will
Life past 7, 9's what, the birthday number? What do you call it again?
You're a 7 Tiger. Trust me, man.
Yeah.
So the only little caveat I'll put to it is that Trump is trying to get out Jerome Powell, which is the head of the Fed, and the real estate market's fucking hurting really badly right now because we're at basically 5% interest rates, which is like if you get a loan on a house, it's 7%.
Yeah.
So it's fucking expensive. So no one's taking loans out, or you're basically retarded. Everyone's paying for properties cash if they have the money. So he wants to lower interest rates. Jerome doesn't want to do it. Obviously, it's politically willed. They're going to be there's going to be another. So there's the midterms coming up, as well as Jerome's basically gets out of office in 2026. So Trump's going to get a brand new Fed governor, and the only thing that could make this thing last just a little bit into 26 is that they start cutting rates later in the year. They start money printing. That could just prop up the crypto market to not completely collapse, and so we could still be making maybe money into April. But like me and him have talked about July, it's.
Yeah. Well, and also,
Cooked, gone.
yeah, that's the other thing, right?
But that's if with all that right there.
Right.
It takes Fed money printing and Fed cuts.
So
It's very possible it reaches all-time highs in a enemy year and then collapses.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
extremely
Yes.
possible.
Yes.
So just out to your point, I told you guys earlier before the show, it was a dinner that was had after the convention.
Right.
And my friend went to the dinner and he told me some things that happened at the dinner. And someone big in crypto mentioned what you just said, behind closed doors. So to me, it's kind of like, if you're saying it, he's saying it, I'm like, damn, it got to be true.
Yeah, and having no connections to each other and all that stuff too. Yeah, exactly.
Then Gary's saying it too. And that's the thing is like all these people of high
I don't do
competency-
any of their stuff. Like
Yeah.
I don't do that chart stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all that stuff like isn't meaningless, but I just do my way. I'm stuck in my own way. I'm going to do my own way. And then when I see guys who are like this, who agree with everything I'm saying, you know, it's a home run. You know,
Yeah.
I just went from a solo home run to a grand slam.
So listen, tell the audience as the last message what they should do to get started. Because listen, let's say you don't buy the course, that's fine. But how can they start doing something now to help save their family, themselves? Because guys, next year is going to be hard.
Okay.
For most people, it's going to be really hard.
So if you can't get in the crypto course, I'm sorry. That's sad. That's very sad. But
Well, they have a whole week, but yeah.
they have a whole week, but get in now. But basically start a Coinbase account, and get the Cash App. Okay. So what I would recommend people to do is to buy some Ethereum and buy Sui. Those two, right? And buy them in the next couple months. I really would buy them now before we start going up in price.
Crypto.com is also a good one to have an account on. Yep.
Crypto.com. And then, so every time you start noticing everyone's starting to get really happy, like they won't shut the fuck, like crypto's going crazy. Wow, the thing's going to take some money off the table. And then it's going to crash.
Oh wow, you're supposed to take cash out some of your
yeah,
profits.
dude. But you tell people and they don't do it.
That's a wild idea.
Whoa.
You mean when you actually have profits, you take some off the table?
No.
Yo.
But here's the thing. They think that and then they're like, but wait,
I can get more.
I can get more.
Yep.
Like, but no, this crypto's not like stocks. Like this is like I have 9 grand. I can have 20.
Bro, I got my shit on my wrist, nigga. I can get money right now.
Fuck.
Shit.
Hell no.
So in closing, guys, just like I said at the very beginning, crypto is crashing in 2026.
Yes.
I'm the numerology expert. I'm telling you this. They're telling you from a chart perspective, it's going down in 2026.
Yep.
You have one more ride to make. There's going to be one more wave. There's going to be one more top, at least. And what that means is you want to go to battle with the people who know the most about the terrain. These guys know the most about the terrain. I would not bring them on this show. You can't pay me enough
Facts.
to promote people. You cannot pay me enough to promote people. I don't need the damn money. But if I know I can make money helping these guys and help make money to the people who are going to, like my fans, my followers, his supporters, who are going to go to them and make a bag, they're going to like me that much even more.
Yep.
Right.
So I'm telling you, go to this 33, go to this Smart Tiger. I know I don't say that too often, but he is a tiger. Okay. And they will take you to the promised land when it comes to crypto. And even if you don't spend any money, no, next year the ride's over. So this is not something you can wait on next year. This is not something you can wait on too much longer. Either you're in or, like you said, some people like what?
Poverty.
And they fumble the bag as well.
Yep.
Yep.
Guys, like I said before, I was at dinner. I heard the same as that thing. W networking, by the way. And once you're in these rooms, guys, you hear what's happening. If you're ahead of the curve, you know what's happening now, you can win. If you say, oh, I'm going to wait and see what happens, you just lost.
Yep.
Real quick, some chats here. Gaz, his birthday is September 11th, 2001.
No, fuck off.
P.S. P.S. I think he's trolling. P.S. Heavy in crypto with Charlie and Miguel.
That's right.
Also, WCU Network. Shout out to you, brother. Supporting.
September 11th, 2001 is the day that I became a numerologist.
Yes.
That's the day that it didn't start making sense. And I started, I saw smoke. I just didn't know where the fire is at. So when it comes down to that date, that's a special date for me. I understand you're trolling and everything. But at the end of the day, if you are born in 2001, which is probably a good possibility, stick with these two and they'll take you to the promised land in the snake here, man.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, fellas. Where can I find y'all? And I'll see you guys on Monday for Fresh and Fit.
Yep. We'll be there tomorrow.
And get the course, Crypto Mindset. It's in the description
Down below.
This is a course you need if you're going to trade crypto. I don't promote many people. Miguel, go ahead.
Don't go in blind, you guys. I would much rather, like, if you were to the point where, like, you're not sure, man, get in the course, learn what, at the very least, we're going to teach you up to the point where you'll know a scammer. Because we get to the point where you start knowing who's talking shit and who actually knows his stuff, and you start noticing that most people you listen to about crypto don't know what the fuck they're talking about at all. So get in this shit so you don't get ripped off, so you at least know what's going on, and then when it crashes, you know when to buy again, because that's a big thing that we do during the bear markets during 26 is that we're prepping, getting money together. We got all the money on the sidelines ready to fucking buy back in and fucking make more money on the money we just made. That's the whole thing, is about like getting that flip and then making and waiting, then getting the next flip after those. But you can find me at Dollar Cost Crypto on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere, man. I'm verified everywhere.
Someone said get on the table and shake it for Bitcoin.
What?
Hey, I think we're good, Reagan.
Yeah, we're good on that.
No, like if you want the free sauce,
That was the last show.
yeah.
That was the last show.
okay.
The girls.
Yeah, but I would say, like, if you want free sauce, just watch the channels. Like, we stream basically 5 days a week between both of our channels or whatever. So, yeah, if you go over to Cultivate Crypto on YouTube as well as Twitter or whatever, and then basically follow us, you get some free sauce between now and the 23rd as well.
So the last thing I've got to say is when we're teaching the course, so we're on YouTube literally religiously. There is almost no day that one of us doesn't have a stream on the week, right?
Yep.
When the course starts, we're off of YouTube for a whole fucking month.
Yeah.
For a whole month, we fuck off. We only teach the guys, and we're just in the trenches with the guys making money, answering questions.
That's the best part, because like you guys don't offer a course. It's like a mentorship.
Yes.
You give them the information, they learn from it, and then you say, you know what? I'm gonna hold your hand. For 2 weeks, we're gonna do like actual like Zoom calls, back to back, live Q&As. Who does that?
Yeah,
So-
it's a live-in boot camp. We're with them. We're going through the SEALs training. We're with them, and then when they come out, they're fucking battle ready.
Toshi ready.
XRP's a scam. XRP's a scam.
Yep.
Okay, you can't spell Ripple without the word lie.
Oh,
All right.
I like it.